Hello my friends, today we are going to take a peek at Atticus to help you decide whether or not Atticus is right for you. Atticus is software that allows you to not only write your book, but to also format your book for both print and ebook. So when you first open Atticus, you do have a few options. First, you can upload a book. Say, for example, you've written an entire book in Microsoft Word. You can upload that Word document directly in Atticus, and you can continue to work on it, doing the formatting and so on. Or you can click Start a New Book, which allows you to write within Atticus. And you can also create a new box set. Now, the new box set is something that I have not tried. Atticus will also save all of your projects. So, for example, if you have multiple projects on the go, all you'd have to do is click on one of these recent work icons and that project will continue where it left off. You can also create a master page. So say, for example, you would like to have an About the Author page available for you to just click and add into every project that you work on. Then you save it as a master page and it'll come up here for you to add. So today we're going to take a little look at writing within Atticus. Writing within Atticus is similar to pretty much any other word processor. The only difference is instead of like with Word, where you just keep writing and insert page breaks, you can actually add additional chapters yourself. So say this is chapter 3, and you can drag these chapters around to put them in the order that you want. So you can play with the font, you can make it bold, italic, underline, and so on. You can change the type of font. However, just to note that you can also modify this through the formatting so that if you don't like the look of the font, you just have to click a button and it'll change the font to something that you want to actually use for the publication. You can also add paragraph, heading 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can also change the justification to center or left or right alignment. There's also numbering and bullets. Now say you've written something. Now say you wanted to add a scene break that you intend to have a symbol added in to show that you are changing scenes. You click on this little star icon and there it is. Now currently it shows as just 3 stars. However, when you get to the formatting side of things, you can select a specific symbol that comes with Atticus, or you can upload an image or design that you would like for your scene breaks, and Atticus will know, based on the programming, where to put those symbols. You can also insert images and insert links and so on into the project just like you could in most other softwares. Now, one thing to note, if you are writing a paragraph and you want to start a new line and you hit enter, you see there's quite a bit of spacing there. Just a note that when you actually go to export your formatted file, that extra space is not going to be there. If you want extra spacing, though, you actually have to hit enter about 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Say you want to take a look at how this formatting is going to look. You just click on this bottom right-hand corner, the previewer, and you can see that there is no additional space between these 2 lines here. But where we hit enter 3 times, there is extra space. And of course, you can see the scene break showed up. So you can drag and drop your chapters. You can add extra title pages. Now, when it comes to the formatting part of this, the title pages are automatically generated based on the information that you put into the project. So if we want to look at that, we go to Edit Book Details, and you can edit the information here. You can add in author names and so on, and all of this is part of the metadata. Then, of course, you can add publisher information. It does remember the last text that you entered in. You could put in a link like a website. Then, of course, you have your ISBN for print and for ebook. But you won't need all of that until you're ready to actually complete the formatting of the story. The copyright page is the same. It is automated. You can come in here and you can change the information, the year of publication. You can add into this. It is auto-generated, so when we go down to look at the print preview, all of it is going to show up at the bottom of the page. You can add images and so on, or you could completely get rid of this and add a standardized image. Now, I also added an extra title page by going down to the bottom left and insert a title page. So then it will add an additional page here. When you start a new project, it automatically generates one title page, copyright page, and a table of contents, but you can add more. Now, say I made a new chapter and I say about the author, then I start writing about myself, then you can also click on here right beside the title and save it as a master page, and that will be added to that section I showed you at the beginning so that you can always add that to any book. That way you don't have to write it multiple times. I haven't spent a lot of time writing directly in Atticus. I prefer to have it as a separate document and then import it into Atticus later on. So what do you need to know to be able to import a document directly into Atticus? So first, you need to make sure that you're using headings. So chapter 1, and then, you write your story. Now, if you want a scene break, all you add is 3 stars. Atticus is programmed to know that 3 stars means this is going to be a scene break. Okay, and don't forget, if you're using any kind of subtitles, you want the subtitle to be heading 2, and that way when it goes into Atticus, it will know that this is a subheading and this is a main heading. So if you keep writing in here, you don't need to do a page break. You just go back to heading 1, and this is the second chapter. This is the subheading. Then we're back to normal style with whatever font you chose to write in. So when this gets imported into Atticus, Atticus will automatically split this as a page break, knowing that this is chapter 1 and this is chapter 2. You can use any name. You don't have to use one. This could be Fire in the Hole. And Atticus will still know that that is chapter 1 and this is chapter 2. So I hope that kind of gives you an introduction as to what you can expect while writing in Atticus. In the next couple of videos, I will show you a little bit more about choosing templates and formatting and preparing and exporting your files for publication. Have a great rest of your day, afternoon, evening, night, or whatever, and keep writing.